All right, family. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sarah Soon said he kicked back. Get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepting members to the Sarah Soon said YouTube page, a dynamic page. Y'all know the Black Power frequency and energy, powerful. You feeling that frequency and energy, you should most definitely join. Link right down in the video description. Right in the chat, click that link. You'll get a video introduction, rundown on the memberships, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join, even if you don't. I appreciate your presence here at Sarah Soon Seti YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right, family. Ring the alarm, KingSeti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarah Soon Seti DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessories for every room in the house. I got you, family. 25% off selected items at this time. Shop and save and shop. Pull the fire alarm, generalseti.com, SETI University. We talking about over 1,500 videos of pure heat fire presented by General SETI himself. All the subject that you know and love from the general. Plus, we got the supplemental, also monumental and instrumental research material from the Grand Master teachers. I give you an overview on all that material, giving you 360 degrees of advanced African academics, wisdom and knowledge that cannot be surpassed by any other website on the planet. Get over there today. GeneralSeti.com, SETI University, and everybody knows SETI popping on Patreon, dropping nuclear bombs on Patreon. That's right. We ain't got nothing but fire. You get an opportunity to see the general live. I pull out that hot sauce when it get too hot for YouTube. We go to Patreon, over 500 exclusive presentations that have not ever been seen on any other platform. Get over there today, check it out, and be amazed. I got something for everybody. To all the family out there that has donated to the general, I thank you. I appreciate the fact that you appreciate me. Any of the family out there want to donate to the general for this hard work that I put in for your family. Link in the video description, in the chat. Click that link. Donate today. I thank you ahead of time. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, King Seti, General Seti, Sarah Soon Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends. And comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because I will ban your ass. Now, we talking about Jinn in the gyms. Jinn in the gyms. Are rappers being killed by haunted jewelry? Now, people say, man, what the hell said he talking about, man? This nigga then took it on a whole another level. Nigga, when you start talking about uh uh Jinn. Now a lot of people might not know what Jinn is. Okay? And I'm gonna break that down for you. Matter of fact, let me get my scrolls, family. Hold just a second. Yeah, I had to get my scrolls, family. Y'all know how I do. Had to get them scrolls. I got to put my scrolls up too. My baby's out walking on my scrolls, bending them up. I say, good Lord, she done bent up some of my good scrolls. Some of my good scrolls, y'all. I say, come on, baby. Don't be tearing up daddy's scrolls. Don't do that. All right, family. So now we're going to get down to so you can understand this what I'm talking about. Now, what you have to understand. Now, Jinn. Now, you can get it, most people get Jinn from the Islamic expression. Now, a lot of people equate Jinn with genie, okay? But in some people equate the Jinn also with demonic entities, which is not true all the time. Okay, we got to understand this, and so we'll have to break that down. But when you talk about the Jinn, okay, and matter of fact, let me get in here so we can get a proper understanding. Because this is ancient. This ain't nothing new. This is ancient. Okay, let me get in here. Where my let me rock out. Let me rock out. Matter of fact, let me bring that other one up too. Let me bring that other one up too. Matter of fact, they down here, ain't they? Mm-hmm. Oh, just a second, family. Let me get a full view of this. Let me get it. Okay, here they go. Okay, I see now. Okay. All right. Let me go on. Let me bring it up. All right. So, that's a jinn. That's the Islamic expression. It could be, they make all type of weird looking ass, entities and shit to depict them as jinn. A lot of people know the jinn by the genie. You see, you know the jinn by the genie. And so you see right here, you see the genie, you see serpentine. Now you got to understand he's serpentine. And so, if you understand, you watch Aladdin and that the jinn are, many times attached to treasure, okay? Particular jewels and shit. You see particular jewels. And so, a lot of treasure is attached to a spirit, one way or another. And the entity has possessed that. It could be a necklace, it could be a ring, it could be a medallion, you see. And so you have to understand that, a lot of times, especially if it's old jewelry, you see, many jewels absorb the frequency of those that wear it. Okay? Many jewels absorb the frequency and the energy of those who wear it. Understand that. And so somebody who who has been killed, or who kills, or just a rotten ass motherfucker, and you see, and they wear particular jewels, they wear particular, jewelry, rings and necklaces and earrings and whatever it is, it absorbs it. Certain emeralds, rubies, and You know what I'm saying? Sapphires, diamonds. They absorb energy. Okay. And it can transfer on to an individual who very well may inherit that jewelry. You see? And many times, you know, depending on the type of energy it is, you see, depending on what type of energy it is, you see, you also got, you know, the jinn are also leprechaun. You see, you know, when you start talking about the leprechaun, because the leprechaun also is attached to jewelry. If you watch the Leprechaun, you watch the movie, you see that motherfucker me gold. You understand? You know how they talk about me gold. So the Leprechaun is also, we have to understand that these are all entities, very similar in origin. The Leprechaun, the dragon, see, the dragon, the Leprechaun, what else? Did you know the jinn also connected to jewelry? You see, and you notice that whenever that motherfucker, that leprechaun, he go and look for gold. See, you got to know that spirit. Them motherfuckers hunt for gold. They hunt for, you know, that's all you watch in the movie. You see, it's a spirit, you know, and it infect motherfuckers. You know, into where, you know, they'll plot to take. You see? And many times you got to understand that it's the spirit in the gym that called the motherfucker to come take it. You see? You watch The Fallen with Denzel Washington. You see how that jinn jumped? That motherfucker was, it was a spirit of a motherfucker that had been murdered. You see what I'm saying? And that motherfucker jumped from individual to individual to end. They can, some of them can, you know, they can jump from entity to entity. Okay? You see? They're just like, you know, what's going on in Memphis, murder and shit. That spirit can jump from one motherfucker to the next. You kill his, he want to kill yours. He kill yours, you want to kill his. And it could continue on and spiral on. It depends on what energy and frequency that the jinn manifests, that the spirit manifests. You see, and one of the things that most definitely you know, the spirit of them goddamn jewels and shit has always brought, you know, the murder and bloodshed of many of our brothers. You see, many of our brothers and sisters too. You see, you know, when we tell the whole truth. You see, when we tell the whole truth. And so, you know, even here when you look, you see a lot of these people know that. You know, and that's why when you look at this shit right here, they know exactly why they created that ring like that. That's a motherfucking jinn. You see the gems. You see, you got to watch a lot of these motherfuckers that's crafting this jewelry. They ain't nothing but sorcerers and demons they motherfucking self. You know what I'm saying? They create the type of jewelry. And you know, you don't know what the fuck these wicked motherfuckers is what type of spells, and believe me, that shit exists. You see, when you look at it, if we had to do a list on how many motherfuckers died over goddamn jewels and jewelry and shit, the goddamn would be in the millions. It wouldn't even be in the thousands. It'd be in the millions of how many niggas then lost their lives over jewelry. Even when we go back home to Africa and we deal with even the blood diamonds and the blood jewelry. You see, and you got to understand that our people got power too. And many of them, you know, cursed a lot of them Jews that come up out of Africa because the blood that's on them. You see what I'm saying? The blood and the death and destruction that is on them Jews. You see, so they possess a lot of pain and a lot of death They have absorbed that. And anybody who puts them jewels on, them rings on, them earrings, whatever it is, especially, and even if they ain't been handed down, you don't know where they can polish them up. It don't mean shit. You understand what I'm saying? Now, when you look at the wish master, see, he was a jinn. He was a jinn. You see? And I want y'all to understand, all jinn are not evil. Okay? All jinn are not evil. Okay? I just want you to know that. You see, when you deal in the European frame of reference, they're just like black. You know, they see black as demonic and evil. And so, you know, but in our expression, you see, is divine, is holy, is sacred. You see, and so depending on what side of your racial and spiritual background, you see, it can mean positivity. It could mean negativity. You see, it could mean negativity. Many of these jinn that are evil are divine entities that, but see, then, what is divine for us is evil to them. What is divine to them is evil to us. You see, they love white Jesus. Jesus is a jinn. He's a white jinn. That's all that he is. He's a demonic entity that has caused much spiritual pain and suffering for our people. And because they knew that we were the dragon. The dragon is in Africa and in Asia, and is a benevolent and a divine creature, symbolic of a people. Okay, it's just no different than the Lion of Judah, the Lamb of God, and many other zoo types that were used as a symbol to denote a people, an individual. You see, and so the dragon is symbolic of African people. It's no different than Christ. You see, Christ, the return of the dragon is the return of Christ. Now, many of these entities, such as the dragon, such as the leprechaun, such as the jinn, such as the Nephilim, the seraphim. The Nephilim are the giants, and you know what I'm saying? That will have divinity, and that's just what the Naga is. Have semi-divine. You see, they're semi-divine. The Nephilim are semi-divine. Then you got the seraphim. You see, which are all of these are different names for the same frequency and energy, denoting African people. Okay, denoting African people. We can back that up, but we're staying here to deal with these jewels. And when you look at the jinn, which is the genie, okay, which is the genie. Let me get back here. I like this one. Let me get back here. You see that it's serpentine, but so is the seraphim, which is the highest ranking order of angels. You see, which is the highest ranking of angels in Christianity and in Judaism. What is the root? What is the definition of seraphim? Flaming serpent. That's what it means. Seraph. Seraph is a serpent in Hebrew. So when you say seraphim, it means flaming serpent. Okay, which is the same as the jinn. That's what it is. Okay, the dragon, the flame, which is solar energy, which you see here on this Naga, Wajet, and you see the sun is at the top of a head, and you see this is the seraphim. This is the flaming serpent. Okay, and so you understand here is divine, but when it becomes the jinn, then it becomes something negative from the Caucasian, from the Arab. And many of those who look at and they know that they don't have the solar energy frequency. So solar energy and frequency is evil and negative to them. You understand for what it does? Now, let me break this down to you. So you understand. And we'll get back and we're gonna end, we're gonna make it make sense. Now, I'm gonna show you first and foremost, but I'm gonna drop this in here and I'm gonna show you Jinn. Okay, let me. We're gonna do is we're gonna and I want you to go look it up. You see, I want you to look it up. Let me make it big. Okay, Jinn, which is, now that's plural. That's plural. Okay, now singular is Jan. You see, singular is Jan. See, and this is where you get Janus or January. See, we gonna go where no niggas can go. They don't go here. See, this is where you get Janus. See, in January. Now, I was talking to y'all and I was breaking this down because when we talked about portals and we talked about Janus and we talked about portals, then the other day they said them goddamn aliens that they seen a portal open up in the goddamn mall. Huh? Then they say they seen a portal open up in the goddamn mall. I told y'all. See, they trying to manifest some shit. They trying to manifest whether they did or not, but the fact that they would do, would conjure up, this type of a story and shit in the month where it is expected. This is the month of corridors and doors and portals and they said the damn portal opened up in the mall. You see? Now, what I want you to do, because now when you see Jinn, okay, or John, okay? Now, when you flip, let's take John, okay? Let's take John. When you flip it, you only need one end. See, when you flip it, AJ, let me take that away. I don't need that right now. I'll just put that up there. So when you take John and you flip it, you see you get Naj, and all you had to do is add the A. Now that's Naja. Now Naja is Arabic for Naga. See? Matter of fact, this is etymology that cannot be refuted. Okay, it cannot be refuted. So don't even try. You can go and you can try, but you gonna find out it is everything that. And so we understand that Naja and Naga means serpent. That's what it means. The Naja, the J is Arabic. The Naga is Sanskrit and African. Okay. And so if you look it up right now, look up Naja, and you can put serpent, it'll tell you that it's Arabic. So you will see that Nag, John or Jinn and Nag is Naja and Naga. That's what it is. You see? And then if you take it all the way where it need to be taken, in frequency, is nigga. Matter of fact, let me make them just a little bit small so they'll fit. And why I say this, because a lot of time the vowels are interchangeable. You see, the G and the J are interchangeable. Sometimes, and you could take this off, like sometimes you could leave it without the A, because without the A, just notch is the same thing. You can leave it just like that, because sometimes what you get, I'm gonna break this down. I'm gonna leave this. Let me take this to 100. Sometimes you get Naga chomper. They leave the A off. See? And you get Naga chomper. So sometimes they'll leave the A off. It's still Naga. It's Naga chomper. So when you flip this John or Jinn, Jinn is just plural. You see what I'm saying? You see, Jinn is just plural, but if you flip John, you see, all you have to do is drop one in, because that's just extra. It gives you Naj, which is Nog, which is Nog, which is serpent. That's why when you see the Jinn, and the Naga, I got both of them in here. Matter of fact, I believe it's up here. Here it is, right here. I believe it is. Wait a minute. I got one that got the Naga. And we'll get back to the jewels. So I got the one. I believe I do. But if not, what I'll do is I'll just make it right now. Okay. That's what I'll do. What I'll do is I'll copy this, just so I can make it apparent or what it is. Let me see what this one is. Okay, that's a Naga. You see, and then you take the Jinn, and the Jinn, and you see that the only thing, the difference between the Jinn and the genie is that the Naga is flesh. You know, he has the serpentine reptilian, and the Jinn is, and the genie is also reptilian. His lower extremities is just fire, but he's the same thing. And that's that in the Jinn and the seraphim is the same thing. The fiery serpent, which is and you see here, this is another one. You know, you could take this one right here, and you can, paste him on in there. You see, he's the serpent, he's the same energy, and that's where you get what they call the Naga Pearl. You see the Naga Pearl. You can see that movie up there, the Naga Pearl, or the Dragon's Egg. You see, and then we also went back to the Jinn and how he lived, or the Wishmaster. Where's that ass at? See, when you see him here, he's actually inside the motherfucking the ruby. You see, he's inside the ruby. That's where he at. He's inside of that motherfucker. So you can have that motherfucker on your chest, and you see this, that, and the third. They got all type of this shit out here. These are supposed to, I don't know if they selling these motherfuckers as protectors, or of Jinn and shit. They got all this type of shit out. I wouldn't buy none of that shit. All that shit is possessed. You see what I'm saying? But, it's been known since ancient times that, certain jewelry is possessed. You see what I'm saying? Certain of these jewels is possessed. Look at this shit, man, that they got all on the motherfucking internet. You see this shit? You know, but niggas, all they see is the jewels. You see, that's all they see is the motherfucking jewel. You got to be very careful who you get some shit from, man. A lot of this shit you know, has been, now there is some positive too now. There are positive jewels, okay, at the same time. And there are negative jewels, it just the same. And that's why, you know, buying jewels is a very important thing in life that, you know, a lot of people, you know, they ask you what is the, you know, what is the history of this damn, you know, this damn jewel. You see what I'm saying? What is the history? Where did it come from? Man, they got history of motherfuckers, man, that's something. They got, like, you can look it up. 5 of the most haunted jewels of all time, and damn near 3 or 4 motherfuckers who had that damn jewel. The motherfucker died or something wicked happened to him and shit, this, that, and the third. And so, yeah, you have to, you know, so when you look at our people, you see, now you could put the motherfucker on, right? You could put the motherfucker on and see, it gives a nigga, it gives a nigga power, don't it? Yeah, it gives a nigga power, and you got that motherfucker, but the demon is the one that didn't, you know, have you out there flexing the motherfucker. And what it do, it have you sacrifice yourself, because once you put it out there and you floss on the nigga, you understand, the motherfucking the Jew gonna call the motherfucker to come and take it from your ass. A lot of time it's trying to get back to the source. You see, you watch it. That's just like the leprechaun. It's trying to get back to the source of where it belongs. And so, you know, just like I said, just like Denzel Washington and that motherfucking Jinn jumped from goddamn person to person. As soon as it got close, it found another body and shit. You know what I'm saying? And so we have to understand that everything in the world is not surface. You know, it's not surface, it's below the surface. It's above the goddamn surface. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, you can't expect to explain everything by exoterical knowledge. You know, you cannot do that. You know, it's some things out here far beyond that. You know what I'm saying? And that don't mean discard exoterical knowledge, but you must be balanced. You see, you must be balanced. Now, we also understand now, you know, and we'll deal with that. We'll deal with that on it. But look that up. Go look up. I can show you for a fact. And a matter of fact, before we get out of here, just to prove it to you, I'm gonna show you. Now, this is just quick because I can't touch on that. Now, a lot of people don't know that this motherfucker right here, I believe, I don't know how to pronounce that, if it's Q, John Jinn. Now, I know the last, he was one of the, you know, I don't know which Star Wars that, but he was a Jedi Master. And you see, but you understand the Jed pillar in ancient Egypt was the spine of Osiris, which is, you know, which is equivalent in the Hinduism and the Buddhism with the Kundalini. You see, you know, the serpentine energy. You see, of the chakras, this with the spinal cord. You see, as the pillar of divinity. You see, as the pillar of divinity, but the Jed pillar and the Kundalini is one and the same. So you understand that that's the serpent. And here this motherfucker name as a Jedi master is John Jinn. You see what I'm saying? Look at that. It ain't no coincidence. Some of these motherfuckers are into the occult. You understand what I'm saying? They are into the occult. So believe what I'm telling you. It's not a goddamn coincidence. I did some research on that shit. And when I did it, I say, oh, okay. Yeah, some of them motherfuckers be doing occult research before they even get, make these movies. You see? And so, yeah, to look into that, I want y'all to look into that many of these entities out here, whether it's the leprechaun, whether it's the dragon, whether it's the jinn, whether it's the seraphim, whether it's the Nephilim, a lot of them deal with, even with, watch this. Now, I'm going to show you, and I'm going to show you how they break that shit down. And before I go, they're just like in the Lord of the Rings. You see, that motherfucker Gollum in that motherfucking ring. You see, he said he was, and you see that motherfucker was just like that goddamn leprechaun. He was looking for that motherfucking ring. No different than that goddamn leprechaun. All through the movie, he says, my precious. That's right. So that's the jinn right there. They hunt, and that motherfucker hunted, and any motherfucker he saw with that ring, he plotted on their ass until he got it. And you know what? He died with that ring. He died with that motherfucking ring. He went to his motherfucking death with that ring. So if you study that shit enough, you will see that there's many times some of them, that jewelry is attached with a spirit. You see? And it could be detrimental to your existence to find out who had that jewelry and where that jewelry come from. You understand? Because many times it could have a sinister energy attached to it. Okay? Look into it, family. Do some research. Come behind me and this is something that you might have to research for yourself and come to an understanding. But I believe if you do the proper understanding of research, you will come to understand what I'm telling you tonight. This is General Sarasun Seti saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge, bang on that wicked ass beast daily, liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.